I'm just having the scuff beginning the stream, huh? Okay, you know what? I'll just leave it here. Okay, give me a second there, folks. I did not get everything prepped yet, so this is going to be a little bit of a scuffed early Pega video right at this moment in time, so you'll have to forgive me on that. I'd forgot that I left the scene collection from yesterday's stream still active, so wanted to switch it over to my main scene collection for the Pega study session, and well, yeah. Alright, looks like everything is ready now. Let's go ahead and switch it on over to live. There we go. Let's get started. So, welcome back to another 1 p.m. PST YouTube stream. I'm your host, Strange Bro Jim, and today, once again, we're going to be continuing with our Pega certification studying. We're getting closer to the end there, so we have, um, quite a bit to. Well, I mean, we got a little bit left to finish. We have some pretty hefty exercises and tests after that. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going into like a test study mode. What would we be doing to, make sure that we're ready to go um, for the certification exam. Okay, meaning we're going to be doing a lot of mock exams. We're going to be reviewing old test questions. We're going to be going over past questions, seeing if there's something that we might have missed from the topics given. Um, and we're also going to be, I personally need to do quite a bit of room cleaning to be ready for the exam. So, and no, I will not show the room off. It's a mess. I know it's a mess, but um, I've been uh, haven't exactly been in the right mental state this year, so um, it's been a rough year. So, um, but hey, um, we're getting closer to our goal, right? So I hope those of you that have followed along with me, I hope that you've been able to, well, I hope that, some of you that have really, you know, went full steam on the certification, you were able to study enough to get through the material, prepped enough for the test, and passed the test, or passed for the certification. I hope you did. Um, so, so, um, that's my main goal in probably in the next 2 weeks or so. That's what I kind of figure. In about 2 weeks, um, we'll probably get to a point where um, we should pretty much be ready to go. Pretty much. Not saying that we will be there, but you know, um, we'll see what we can do, right? Um, so, let's see. Let me explain who I am, what these videos are about, and you know, and we'll proceed on to the studying for the system architect certification. So, if you don't know who I am, a little bit about me is that I'm currently a unemployed software developer. Um, I've been applying for all sorts of entry-level jobs, just trying to get something out there. Um, you know, this is, another, this is the second language that, the Pega environment has been pretty much the second um, process of learning a new language for the job and that I've ever had to deal with. Um, but uh, I haven't been able to keep my jobs, unfortunately, even though I've very much enjoyed the work that I was doing. My nose is starting to run. Pardon me. Okay, sorry about that. Um, so, uh, but uh, when my last job was concerning the Pega environment. Me and about like 20 others or so, we were uh, trained by an authorized training partner that really wasn't all that great. Um, Pretty much every single last one of us went self-study to get the certification. Um, so, and even the guy's coworkers knew that, he was messing up too. So it wasn't just us. You know, you could always point fingers at us and go, "Well, you apparently were, really rambunctious kids." Blah blah blah. No, he was really messing up a lot, and his coworkers saw how he was messing up too. So, so no, it wasn't just us. Um, Me and several others asked to be put back into another training cycle. You know, uh, Now there might have been like one or two that might have asked to be put into like a different study session, study cycle, to learn more about, one particular language, like the Java full stack or something like that the company was offering. But um, they denied that. They said no. We trained you for the Pega, so this is what you're gonna get. This is all you're gonna get. So we're gonna send you out to contracts, and so they did. Um, had a contract for a year. Didn't really have. I mean, I had coworkers that were coworkers, but I never really considered them like full mentors. They were willing to answer any questions that I might have, but a mentor is more than just someone that you go to ask questions. Okay, or at least that's how I see it. Okay, a mentor is someone that is actually, you know, concerned about your progress and will try to help you with your progress. You know, and that's what I see about mentors. Um, I mean, let's see. What is what's the definition of mentor? Advise or train. verb, noun, an experienced and trusted advisor. Advisor, similar advisor, guide, confident, counselor. It's like uh, this is a good graphic here that I'm seeing here. Um, Mentorship is coaching, support, goal, training, motivation, advice, success, and direction. I mean, that's perfect, and that's what, you know, I would love to have, for any kind of entry level job. Have someone that's in charge of doing that. You know, every job should have a mentor that will handle all these kind of ideas, you know, for every single new entry level hire that they get. Okay, because you want to grow them into the senior developer. Okay, and one of the nice things about being a mentor is that it also solidifies your understanding about the your coding language as well. When you teach, you're also kind of reinforcing your own knowledge about that said language. So um, I see it personally as something that both the the mentor and mentee are getting um, useful um, useful training. You know, the mentor might not see it, but I mean, when it comes right down to it, they are. But uh, but just know that I'm not an authorized training partner, and this is not meant to be an instructor-led training. Okay, I'm working towards my certification, much like anybody else. Okay, so if you're looking at this as an instructor-led training, it is not. If you want to go for the instructor-led training, you're welcome to do so. It is hosted by Pega Academy, but it is a 2-week course. It is $5,000. It is not cheap, and it's going to be jam-packed. You are going to be doing a full-on sprint when you go into the instructor-led training. So if you want to go that route, if you have the money for it and you have the time for it, just know that you are going to be running hard, you know, at the very start. They'll put you on the starting podium and they will fire the gun and they will say run. So, you will need to take notes, you will need to take video recordings, and you will need to ask a lot of questions. Do so. Okay, if you're confused about a particular topic, then go ahead and ask those questions. Okay, feel free to ask those questions right now on either in my chat right now, while I'm doing these live streams, or put them in the comment section, for these videos. Please do so. You know, um, even if I myself might not be able to answer it personally, you know, it doesn't matter because I'll receive the message, I'll receive the question. If I don't know how to answer it properly, okay, if I don't remember the topic or anything along those lines, or, I'm not, you know, picking, able to put down the information like right then and there, um, then I will go to my coworkers that I had in the past that I worked with, and I will ask them, okay, and see, what they would say about it. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask questions to myself as well. Okay, so um, let's proceed onwards. Now, we are doing 8.7 because that's what's currently translated. I'm doing it for anybody that, maybe you understand the English language hearing it, but you might not have the reading, completely down, which is understandable. Okay. No worries on that. Um, I will, I will do what I can to help you out. Maybe you just want to read in German and, follow along listening to me. That's perfectly fine. Totally up to you. Okay. But obviously, there's been some changes to 8.8 and to the 23, so you'll have to bear that in mind when you get there. Okay. The business architect, the two missions, two modules, those are done. They're already up on my playlist, so you're welcome to go and check all those out. Okay, so um, I I really have no interest in getting the certification for business architect. Um, so, but I mean, these two modules here, they cover the Pega Express delivery. So if you are going for the business architect certification yourself, then I would recommend that you do at least this mission over here to make sure that you are very well prepped for that, 12% of your grade concerning the Pega Express delivery. You know, you're going to need to know more about this because these two modules I feel do not cover it enough. So just just bear that in mind. Okay. My main goal is the system architect, getting the system architect certification. So um, we just finished off a topic, so we're probably going to be doing another challenge. I have not gotten any emails back from all the suggestions that I've made for a while now. Um, so I still haven't gotten anything up to date concerning localizing a UI form. I'm hoping that they will eventually get back to me concerning this one because I can't get it to work. So, or at least I wasn't able to get it to work when I did the challenge. So I'm hoping that they will eventually get back to me and we can try to fix that. So, um, but we're going on to the challenge for managing application access. This entire module was a mess. You know, um, I I don't know what the heck they're. It's on one hand they say, "Oh, hey, we can set permissions," and then on the other hand they're saying, "Well, the access group ignores said permissions." It's like, what? It doesn't make any sense to me. So um, so I don't know what they're going on with here. I feel like they're confusing themselves about the Pega platform. I feel like um, there's a problem with their permission set. If you're if you're saying that, anybody that gets put into an access group is automatically given all the rights in said access group, it's like, then what's the purpose of giving any specific roles permissions? It doesn't make any sense to me. So you might as well just leave it to the access groups and that's it, you know. I think that's a major oversight by them, and they really need to fix that, in my particular opinion. So, um, they say this is 5 minutes, and already I see three different logins. Yeah, it's not going to be 5 minutes. They're basically going to tell me to, log out and log back in. That's going to take longer than 5 minutes, there, guys. Um, all right, let's go ahead and initialize the instance there. Okay. The challenge walkthrough is meant to kind of walk you through the all the different steps in the task. But if the detail task is set up correctly, if it does A, B, and C properly, then you won't really need to worry too much about, um, you won't really need to worry too much about, looking through the video. Okay. I only use it if steps A, B, and C, you know, like the ordering isn't exactly there in the detailed task. Like maybe they just go from A to C and skip B. Okay. Then I may use it. Okay, but it's not very often. And um, I think the one time that I really used it was when we had the ending exercise, and that was about it. So the scenario is Go-Go Road product managers want to restrict access to development on the new vendor case type so that only approved roles perform updates. Yeah, good luck on that. Configure permissions on the new vendor case type to prevent anyone with a user role from performing any actions on the case type. Uh-huh. Um, the following table provides the credentials you need to complete the challenge. Okay, that's great. Who do we start in at? Log in with the developer credentials provided in the scenario. Developer. So, alright, we'll go ahead and launch it. This might, the logging process will take a little bit of time, so, um, okay, so first off, we head to Dev Studio because it will load up App Studio right away. Why? I don't really know, but it's what they do. Um, then we click Configure, Organ Security, Access Manager, and Work in Process to view role-based authorizations for each case type in your application. So we gotta wait for this to kind of finish off. So okay, Studio, Configure, Org Security. What was it? Authorization? No. It was Access Manager and Work in Progress, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we have the access group of authors here with administrator, security administrator, and Pega API, which it doesn't really matter because these two will have the administrator permissions. It doesn't matter. Uh, so so in the access group dropdown, select the GoGo Road users to view authorizations for the user role. So there's that. Users managed, and then the users themselves. So under case types, expand new vendor to display the child rows. Okay. To the right of open in the GoGo user column, click the full access check mark to update the access when opening instances of the new vendor case type. And then we select no access. Okay. So we click on that, and then we give them no access. Okay. For the following rows, repeat steps 5 and 6 to set each child row to no access authorization. So for new vendors, we would do run reports, modify, and view history. So run reports, modify, and view history. Okay. Changes in the Access Manager are saved automatically. You can click refresh page icon under Access Group to verify the changes saved. I mean, um, it, have the changes been saved? I guess it is pretty much kind of automatic. Otherwise, you know, um, there would be like a save button up there. So, but um, I mean, if they wanted this entire thing to be like, you have the conditional, right? Then why not just click on that and, just apparently I can't even click on that. Hmm. It's only for those, huh? Okay. Apparently you can't click on this here to like affect the entire child set, which I think is an oversight on their part. Because, if I wanted to say like, hey, I want to give, users like full access control on new vendor, then, it'd be pretty nice to be able to just kind of click on that, select full access, and there you go. Everything's done automatically. But um, but here's the thing, you know, with with these permissions here being kind of set, for the users managed are also going to get these. The users managed are also going to be able to run reports and the like. So it's like it doesn't really matter. So, but apparently, it's been saved. So, okay. So in the lower left, click the profile icon and click log off to log out of Pega platform. Login screen is displayed. Right, of course. So, we're logging off now. All right. Now, log in to the customer service representative credentials provided in the scenario. The CSR user portal is displayed. Okay. So, once again, we have the same password here. And we have the CSR at GoGo Road. So, okay. Cosmos application popped up. Uh, Click create a new vendor. You're not authorized to create, modify, or lock instance. Google Road work N1001. verify the case and create view displays an error message indicating that you are not authorized to create, modify, or lock new vendor case instances. Then why even display the new vendor to begin with? If they're not able to create them, why show it? You know? Uh, okay, so we log off. And now log in with the territory manager credentials provided in the scenario. Territory manager's portal is displayed. So I don't think I've done this one before, so this might be a little bit. Yeah, I don't see that here, so let's go ahead and grab this. There we go. All right. Click create a new vendor. All right. Verify the create new vendor displays a new instance of the new vendor case type. Other roles like manager are not restricted from creating a new vendor case and providing vendor information. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You know, um, you know, I don't think they are under the users managed as it is anyway. The users managed are also blocked off from the new vendor anyway. So that doesn't really mean anything. Um, so okay, we've verified that, you know, it is doing what, you know, we want it to do. Oops. Nope, not that one. We've confirmed their steps. Okay, so we can mark it officially as complete. Okay, but here's the thing. Let's go back into the author here. You know, and let's go back to. Okay, thanks for putting me back into the App Studio there. Um, let's go back into the work in progress again. Okay. Um, now, um, let's see. Well, let's come back to this here real quick. What I wanna look up here is, um, the operator IDs, and I want to look at the um, there's no real way to. I don't know if there's any way for me to kind of filter out, for the territory manager. So, or, search, do an actual search for it. So, yeah, maybe there is. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So here's the thing. I wanna search what territory manager, what what they're under. Okay, so they're in the access group of managers, right? So, um, okay, so you have user here being kind of, you have them like completely blocked off here, right? So, um, now here's another thing that I want to do. Their filter. Um, let's see, customer service rep. Let's see. Um, Not the CSR at U plus, so yeah, but let's do the CSR. Okay, so we have this user as well. Okay, so they are under the access group of the CSR, right? So, hmm. Now, what I want to try to what I want to try to do here, CSR is the ones that were like, hey, you can't. Um, I want to kind of show that, like, they showed that the CSR, you know, as a user, you can't access the new vendor because you're putting it under the, because they are under the, well, they're in the access group of the CSR. Um, what? Where are their roles? Hmm. So what I'm thinking about doing, okay, is um, we come back here and we basically say that the CSR managed, let's say that we give them full access to it, right? So then technically that should allow for us to, as a CSR, be able to open up a new vendor. Would it not? Let's verify that. No. Hmm. That's Did they just kind of counter their own statement? Does it actually work the way it's meant to? Here, let me go back to the previous topic here because they didn't really give me a back button to the previous module here. You know, um, um, their question here, about an access group includes three access roles. you know, this was the answer that they gave. When an access group lists more than one role, Pega platform applies the most permissive setting across all the listed roles. So, you know, here let's go back. So under the CSR, under the new vendor, when this persist, for that access group, at least according to that question, it should, and that open should apply to everybody else in there, correct? It really shouldn't, you know, but according to this question, it should. So what's going on here? They are literally saying one thing here that is exactly being countermanded by the application itself. Here, matter of fact, let's go ahead and give full access to the manager. So there's no question, you know, the CSR managed has full access to this new vendor, right? There's no question about it. Now, the CSR themselves, you know, are part of the access group. Um, I'd like to know. Not quite sure. I can't remember where I can see, who is, um, what operator IDs are on the, and with the roles themselves. Um, let's see. Uh, let's see. No, and unfortunately, I don't know exactly where it was again. Hmm. Let's see. Trying to figure out where were they located at? were they given both the CSR managed and the user role? Or is this just showing the access group that they're part of? And that's it. Hmm. Nope. Not what I'm looking for. Okay, folks, I'm sorry. So, what I'm trying to do, like, I'm looking at the operator ID of this, right? And it's showing that, they're part of the CSR access group, which, shows that they're, you have the CSR managed and the user, right? And if you look under, um, the CSR, you know, then, um, you can also see the fact that, you have the CSR managed and the user group, right? So if I switch on over to, if I switch back over to the, CSR, um, now it's showing the fact that I can get back into the new vendor. My concern right at this moment in time is, you know, what role does the CSR kind of fall into? Okay. Um, you know, because that's kind of what it's all about, you know, here, let's switch back to the Dev Studio. Okay. Um, when you look at the CSR here, sure they're part of the CSR, but what role do they have? Okay. Would they be considered a user? Are they actually considered the CSR managed? I don't know why they would have, the CSR role under CSR managed, okay, one would think CSR managed would be a manager of said CSR, right? So my transforming the you know the access here you know might not have any like overall change to the CSR anyway, right? You know, um, let me if I give no access here, but I give full access here, it might not matter to the CSRs, okay? Because from the looks of it, it looks as though they've been given both the user role and the CSR managed roles, together. So it won't really matter, you know, if I have this kind of set to yes or no. Okay, they're both going to have the same kind of permissions. The CSR is going to have the same kind of permissions no matter what. Okay, so let me log off here and let me do this again, right? The Pega 123, and then you have the CSR, right? Okay. Now, it's ludicrous to think that they're in both of those roles. Just pointing that out. Okay, so um, okay, interesting. Yep. So they pretty much nullified their statement in the application access. This is not correct. There's no point that this right here is wrong. This is not correct whatsoever. This right here shows that they are incorrect because I gave permissions to the user, okay, that should have applied to the CSR managed as well. And because it's not allowing for that, means that, you know, this statement, this question here is incorrect. So, yeah, okay. They have some things to fix in this particular topic and exercise. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and obviously leave that for them to try to fix up because well, I got other things to do. We're gonna be moving on to the um, Unreal Engine study session. So for those of you that might be just watching this video afterwards, you're welcome to come on by and check out, the further study sessions while I stream. Come on by and check out the uh, Unreal Engine if that's something that interests you. But that's where we're going to go ahead and end today's Pega certification study session. So I want to thank you all for joining me on this one. Um, yeah, this one is a mess. Um, that added more confusion than really they should not be. They really need to review those topics and those um, because it looks to me as though everything's kind of working like it should per se. Again, I don't know what um, roles the CSR was given. It looks as though they were put under the CSR managed. Otherwise, why wouldn't they have full access to the roles afterwards, right? I don't really know. But that's something for them to try to figure out and fix. But that's it. So I want to thank you all for joining me on today's Pega study session. Feel free to check out the description for more links and help me out with the YouTube algorithm with a like and subscribe would be very, very helpful. So, but that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. Hopefully I'll catch you next time. But until then, take care. Have a good night. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And I'll catch you strangers next time.